Biasville at Small Farm Innovations. I've got an old disc plow that I'm going to connect to my T354. I've got 6 acres of hard ground to plow for our baling expedition that I'd like to invite everybody to come to in June 2023. So come out and run our 3x3, 2x2, 4x4, 4x5 round balers and the other stuff. This is an AgroMaster disc plow that I got out of Turkey with my drum mowers, and I'm going to hook it up to this tractor here, and stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we're going to plow a little bit. Okay, looking at the front of our disc plow here, looking it over, I've got to tighten this nut here, and then but you can see that one lift pin is higher than the other. So the reason why it's that way is that when you have your tire in the furrow, which I'll be showing you here later, the plow will still it'll still be somewhat level, and you want to do that with the disc plow. When you are setting your disc plow, you want the frame to be level in both directions, this way and this way. This way it'll roll the soil better and penetrate the ground better. Now the reason why I'm using this is because I want to tear up some ground. I grew up on a row crop farm, and we plowed pretty much all 800 acres every other year. Every bit of it got plowed under, and I did it on a 4000 John Deere with a 4 bottom and 1100 Massey with a 5 bottom. Either one, my brother would run one and I'd run the other. But we know how to tear up some ground, so this is the only plow that I could really find suitable for this tractor. And but anyway, I'm going to raise this lift arm by adjusting my link here, and then I'm going to lower this arm by lengthening this link. Now, if one of them is fixed on your tractor, don't panic. You can adjust with these pins here and get it up high and focused on the high one. So if yours is fixed, focus on the high one if you can, connect it. Or if you can't, then you're going to have to just do the best you can and go at the low and adjust to get it on the high one. So I'm fortunate on this 354 that both sides is adjustable. So we're going to connect this up to the tractor, and I'll show you a couple other adjustments. Okay, here we are getting ready to connect. You can see I have my lift arms level. This one here is below the lift pin. This one here is level with the lift pin, or really close. But I still want to focus on the high one because I want my plow to go into the ground. If you set this up wrong, it won't go in the ground. So focus on your high one. So I'm going to lift this one up by adjusting my link. Now my 3-point hitch is up all the way. So I'm adjusting this. I'm almost there. And now I'm going to bring my tractor back. Now this is hydrostatic drive. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit. Now I'm close to my implement, but I'm going to just push on my reverse pedal a little bit. And a lot of people will say, oh my God, you're going to kill yourself. No, I've been doing this for a long time. You can love that iron, but it won't love you back, so respect it. So I'm real close to where I want to be. I'm just going to shorten this a little bit more. And I'm almost there. When you're connecting something, take your time. Don't try to set a record. I mean, you're going to have to. Now I need to go back just a little bit more. That ought to do it. let me go ahead and get this connected, and then we'll get right back to the video. I don't want you to hear me cuss. Okay, I got the plow hooked up to the tractor. Got it all greased, ready to go. And you can see it's still pretty much level. It's not this way because it's off the ground. It's not very high off the ground. We want it to go into the ground. So when I hooked it up, I raised it, centered it, and I tightened my anti-sway system. If you have pins, put those in. You don't really want it to sway side to side. I like a turnbuckle versus the pin type myself. What should have happened when we put this plow away a couple years back, we take some heavy grease and we greased all these to keep them from rusting, and Texas rain washed it all off. But we store it on some boards to keep these off the ground. So, but a disc plow will do a better job of tearing up ground than a regular disc harrow. Disc harrow will scratch the ground. Now I'm going to pull a 10-foot disc with this tractor, and I'll show you another video after a while. But anyway, I'm going to go tear up some ground because I want this to be efficient. There's a problem with hard pan that I won't deal with until this summer. That takes a really deeper tillage unit to get down and bust that hard pan so water can get down in the lower part of your soil, so it'll stay there instead of run off, to help your pasture and your hay matter retain water throughout a very, very dry season. Okay, now here we are in the field getting ready to start. Now I already ran a one plow through here testing a couple of things. Now I used a disc plow like we have on the back. So, but the way I make things straight is that I set a target across the other end of the field, and then I drive straight to it. You know, some people say, well, how do you make your rows so straight? Well, I was trained by my dad, a row crop farmer. You find a target on the other side of the field and you drive straight to it. Don't take your eyes off of it until you get to the other end of the field. That's all you got to do. It can be a tree, a post, whatever, and just drive straight to it. And what it does, it helps your field look better. It's just going to be easier to do the next set of tillage. I would recommend you do that. You can go buy a $5,000 or $10,000 GPS and set you up auto steer and all that fancy stuff. We can set you up with that if you want, but I would just rather do it the old-fashioned way and get you a target on the end of the field and drive straight to it. Now, what I'm going to do when I plow, I'm going to run my throttle at full, and then what I'm trying to do, I'm going to go as fast as I can until the needle is right below my PTO mark. And when I'm at PTO, I'm at max load. So always run your tractor at full throttle whenever you're doing some deep tillage. And then I'm going to be in four-wheel drive and low range. Always doing low range if you're doing some deep tillage. But I'm going to run full throttle with the pedal all the way to the floor, and if I don't get down to the green, I'm okay with that. I'm protecting my tractor, and I'm still covering some ground.